So I know I haven't been making too much videos. I've been doing okay. It's the New Year's. I'm still currently working. I'm still working at the same job, at the same company I've been with. Been about 2 years now. It's crazy how times go by so quick. A little bit over 2 years without having panic attacks. And just a little bit over 2 years with working full time. There's times that sometimes I still get the symptoms, the sensation, but you know they don't really bother me anymore. Sometimes I find it strange that when I go take a shower, I still have these moments where I feel like I'm just gonna pass out. But I still go in there and shower, and I have to think about it. Oh my God, that I haven't had a panic attack for about 2.5 years. For when I got over my panic attacks, my depression, I didn't want to look for a job right away. I wanted to, take it little by little. And when I find out, when I'm like, okay, you know what, it's time for me to get back to working. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. The first few weeks was really bad, and then it slowly got better as I start getting to know my coworkers. Sometimes everyone gets nervous when they start a new job with no one they know, start a new school, even start a new school year in the same school, but you don't know your classmates, you don't know your teacher, things like that. Everyone gets nervous about something, but being nervous and having anxiety is two different things. The same thing with depression and being sad. That's two different things. People always say, "Oh, depression is like being sad," but no, you don't. People that don't understand how it feels to be people that doesn't have depression doesn't know how it feels like to. I mean, people that doesn't know what depression is, they will assume it's the same as being sad, but they don't know it's different because you can be sad for a few minutes, few days, few months, and then you get over it. Depression can last for years and years. My depression came from having anxiety, from having panic attacks, from being scared to leave my house. You know, first, I can remember my first panic attack. Is 4 years ago. And it almost 4 years ago, I should say, something like that. I don't remember anymore now. Now my mind is like, okay, don't remember how long you had it, stuff like that. Because the more you have these kind of memories that, oh my God, it's been this so long that I haven't had one, then you start thinking, oh my God, what if I start having it again? What if it takes me X amount of time to get over it again? And that's one thing that I have to remind myself that not to get into those moments where I'm gonna start remembering, oh my God, it's been this long. But you know, I'm here. I just dropped off my daughter at work. My daughter just got she just started working her first job. This is her third week. It's crazy to think. I have an 18-year-old. Right? She'll be 19 this coming May, and I'll be 41. I remember when she was in middle school. That's when I first experienced my first panic attack. And when she went to high school, I got nervous again. Now she's in college, while homeschooling, while taking classes online because of the COVID-19. Now she's doing school from home. It's crazy to think time goes by just a blink of an eye. 1 minute you see someone at this size in this grade, and the next minute they're all grown up. But I'm happy that my daughter's working right now. She's only working part-time because even if she wanted to work a full-time job, I wouldn't want her to, because I don't want her to go work full-time and have to worry about school and work at the same time. I don't want her to overwork. I don't want her body to I don't want her to overdo it, her mind and her body, and that can also cause you to have anxiety. A lot of people don't know how they get the anxiety. My doctor think that because I used to work at night by myself, and there was time that I would, stressed out about how much work I had to get done by myself. But and I don't know what really happened to me. At the end of the day, is I'm just happy that I overcame all these things that I would never think that I would ever overcame. You know, a lot of I sometimes I can remember those moments where I sit down in my bed, lay down, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm waking up to go to work. Before I would struggle just to plant 2 foot off the floor just to use the bathroom. I would panic as soon as I wake up. You know, but for me to overcome everything that in my mind that I didn't think I would overcome, and I did. And you know, if I look back now and I say to myself, you know, as hard as it was to get overcome it, I'm glad that I overcame it. Whatever happened to me, and it just made me realize that, you know, I don't know what anxiety was about until it happened to me. I didn't know how depression feel like. I didn't know what any of this was. You know, people talk about it. I never knew what it was, but you know, for me, I learned that no matter what, I'm not gonna judge someone because they have some kind of health problem. You know, whether they have some kind of mental illness, some kind of illness that's not mentally, if they have cancer, they have whatever, you know, because in life we don't know what someone's going through because we don't feel it with our body, we don't see it with our own eyes. Some people hide it because they don't want someone to say, oh, you're just weak-minded. You know, I get mad when I hear someone say, oh, you, when they talk about me or they talk about someone, oh, you're just weak, that's why you have panic attacks. Why would you be scared to take a shower? You know, everyone gets dizzy, everyone gets lightheaded, everyone feels this, everyone feels that. But you know, it's different when you feel it for a couple moments, you know, and it goes away, and then you forget about it. Where those of us that have it, anxiety, panic attacks, we get these symptoms daily. Sometimes they last 5 minutes, 5 seconds, you know, 10 minutes, and sometimes they last all day long. You know, and a lot of us, including myself, wish we just, you know, we could close our eyes and wake up and it was gone. You know, sometimes I close my eyes so I can sleep just so I don't feel the symptoms, and that gave me the depression because all I want to do is sleep. So I didn't have to feel the depression. I didn't have to feel the dizziness, the headaches, the body aches, you know, all these symptoms. But at the same time, it just made it worse because I tried to hide from my fears, and the more you hide from it, the worse it gets. The stronger the fears just get stronger and stronger because I'm trying to hide from it. And I learned that if I try to hide from it, I'm just making it, you know, I'm just letting it overcome me. And sometimes you just have to run towards your fears because it's stay away from it because it just gets bigger and bigger, worse and worse as when you're trying to get away from something you're scared of. And when you stop letting something scare you, it'll slowly leave you alone, just like what I did with my anxiety. You know, like I mentioned, when I first start working again, my stomach was always, I was nervous. You know, my stomach felt like it was twisted, knotted, and I was like, oh my god, I had to, you know, I would wear a hoodie just to work and wear my hat and just cover my head with my hoodie and hope no one sees me. And you know, after a while I realized, oh my god, you know, I start getting to know my coworkers better and better, and you know, I open up to them, and I even had one of my coworkers tell me that she doesn't have anxiety, but she has vertigo where she gets dizzy and lightheaded. So she, in a way, she knows how it feels. And then I met a different coworker that said she has anxiety, but she doesn't get the panic attacks, but she gets the symptoms, but she know how it feels. So you know, you never know what someone else is going through till you actually talk to that person. You know, and if you sometimes you have to open up. You know, no matter what you think someone's going to judge you. You know, everyone has some kind of fear. Someone is going to be scared of something. You know, I'm scared of throwing up. That's why I don't like drinking. People ask why don't I drink? Because I always have a fear of throwing up, and I had that fear since I was young. You know, I'm not afraid to admit what I'm scared because everyone's scared of something. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm not scared of, you know, snakes. I'm not scared of rats, mouse. I'm not scared of the dark. I am scared of heights. And then there's people not scared of heights, but there are people scared of mice. Some people are scared of spiders. I'm not scared. I would even stick my hand in an alligator's head if and I would not even think twice about it. But and then there are people that are scared of it, you know. So for those of you that say, "Oh, I'm not scared of this," you don't know what fear is unless you go through something that you never been through, and you know, that's how it is with fear. You don't know what you're scared of until something happens to you. You know, some people act like they're tough, but you know, you can act like you're tough all you want, but there's something that will bother you one day, and when that time comes, and then you're gonna understand. Oh my God, you know, I was making fun of this person because he was scared to throwing up. He was scared of heights. You know, things like that. But at the end of the day, is you know, no matter what you're scared of, you know, it's not the easiest thing to overcome when you're scared of something. You know, it takes time to work through it. But like I said, you know, I was scared to leave my house with my panic attacks. It took me a long time, but you know, at the end of the day, is I finally overcame that fear, and now I'm leaving my house every day. And you know, I do not want to be stuck in that cycle again. But at the end, but I know what it's like, and you know, sometimes it's hard to forget about it. But you know, those memories of me with living through those panic attacks will always be with me. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, it was easy to get over it. It wasn't, because there was days that when I was leaving my house, even for like a quick walk, it was, you know, just down the block was a nightmare for me. Going outside to my backyard was a nightmare. You know, just getting off to brush my teeth was a nightmare. You know, as soon as I opened my eyes, there was time that I just wanted to go back to sleep, because when I was sleeping, I didn't feel like I feel calmer, because in my sleep, I didn't have panic attacks. You know, but there was moments when I slept, I can feel the panic attack, and then as soon as I woke up, you know, I had the panic attack. But you know, like I said, don't let the fear get to you. You know, there's no point of, you know, focusing on your panic attacks. No point of you focus on the symptoms, because the more you focus on it, the stronger they feel. You know, just let them happen and move on. If you have a panic attack, wherever you have it at, just stay there, no matter how hard it feels. Just sit there, live in the moment, and you know, don't judge your panic attack. Don't even do anything. Don't just sit there and continue doing what you were doing. Because you'll make a mistake from running away from it, and then you just feel, it'll just get stronger. You know. But like I said, take time. Sit through the panic attacks, no matter how hard they feel. If you need someone to like talk to someone. You feel like someone's not gonna listen, talk to a neighbor, talk to a friend. You know, and if you're a parent of a teenager that has a panic attack, don't go around saying, "Oh, my kid is just faking it." You don't know what it's like. I'm 40 years old, and you know, I have a teenager, and you know, if she had a panic attack, I would be there right away. I won't say, "Oh, you're just faking it so you don't go to school or so you don't go to work," you know, because you don't know what someone is going to, based off what you see them from the outside. That person can be really good at pretending everything is inside, but inside their mind, it's like, "Oh my God, I wish I can tell somebody how I feel. Oh my God, I wish I can this, I can that." But you know, that person might be living in fear for the rest of their life, because they're afraid that parents is going to say something, their friends going to say something, the siblings going to say something, the teacher, the neighbor, you know. But things like that, because everyone is always going to be judgmental about somebody because they don't go through something that person going through. I go through something someone doesn't go through. That person might be going through something I don't go through. But in life, you know, everyone's going through something. It's just how we overcome it, how we help each other. And you know, if I see someone outside breaking down with a mental problem, I would not think for a second not to stop and help that person, because you never know, that person might be going through something that I went through, or even worse, or something that I never been to, but I would be willing to help that person, because you never know what someone's going through. But it's a new year. I'll be 41 I'll be turning 41 in March, and I look forward to to continue working, continue doing what I used to do without having anxiety. This is the first job I ever worked at, with me actually, ever since I overcame my panic attack. So, and panic attacks might suck, but, at the same time, it also taught me a lot about myself. It taught me how not to, be so judgmental about someone else based off of what you see from the outside, what you hear. But that's pretty much it for me. I'll probably make some more videos someday about, just random anxiety stuff, like, how to talk to people that has panic attacks, how to help them out, how, explain it, what it feels like, things like that. But that's pretty much it for me today.